Lou, thanks for chatting to us. The end of the season is now upon us. How have the team reflected on the campaign?
I think overall there is, definitely a bit of disappointment in some ways, but I think we've got to take a lot of positives, about how we finished the season, how we've had to, a lot of things to kind of overcome and a lot of things to figure out for us, and it was a massive learning curve for us, even just about the championship itself, and obviously having the talent there, but also just about being consistent and knowing how to see out a game, essentially. But I think how we've, for us just going into next season, I think how we finish this, it leaves definitely kind of a bittersweet, I guess. But listen, that's what Bristol have done. They've had experience in the league, and fair play to them. They were the most consistent throughout the season, and that's what it takes.
And you kind of briefly touched on it there, but we've changed our style of play this season. Do you think it took a bit of time to adapt to that and to adapt to the demands of the championship?
Yeah, I think so. I think changing style is, it's vital for this league, and about adapting to different shapes in different, process of play, like when, from attacking to defending to, defending goal kicks to defending the box. So, everything can change, and I think it's good if you can adapt to, really make it difficult for the opponent. And and I think the demands were there from the league, but it was also, it was the demands from Joe and Carts as well. And, they wanted a lot from us, to be able to, coach us, but then for us to be able to take it on and adapt and interpret it in our own way and learn. So we did have a lot of that as well, because, they were giving us a lot of information at times, and it was, really, really, really good stuff. But at times, sometimes when there are, a lot of new faces, new voices, new style of play, sometimes it can just take that time. And for us, I think, we've figured it out, but there's still definitely, a bit of a way to go there as well. But I think just seeing out the games has been important for us.
And we have, of course, benefited from being on the front foot more, with the third highest scorers in the league. How pleasing is it to have really allowed our attacking players to shine this season?
Yeah, exactly. It has been a rough kind of couple of seasons, before that for Blues, and it was, kind of tough, kind of battling at the bottom of the table, and I think this is kind of just given Blues a proper refresh and shown kind of what we're about, and that we actually, the quality in the ball that we really have, and we've brought in the right players to do that as well, and exactly that. You've had a lot to adapt to, from maybe defending your box for 70, 80, 90 minutes at times, to now being dominant in possession, and maybe the team that other teams want to beat. So I think, again, how we've had to kind of change that style, and it's a mentality as well, and being comfortable and confident on the ball. But I think that's it. Again, we've kind of figured that out, and we've got Jade up at the top of the scoring charts at the moment, and that's a total credit to her, and obviously the girls around her. They've brilliant creative players, and I think it's something, again, that we want to push forward and work on, because the girls know themselves they maybe could have got more goals from different areas as well, but that's the determination we have for next season. It's knowing that we could have done a bit better in those situations, but also the same defensively as well. For me, I think at times we conceded too many goals, and it's something that we want to work on as well.
And you mentioned yourself there, but for you personally, you lead the championship for defensive duels 1. What have you made of your personal performances this season? Generally, pleased enough, I guess, in moments. I just want to try be as consistent as possible, and making sure that I can, be a 7 out of 10, on the pitch, and be there for the team in any way, in voice or you know, physically on the pitch. And yeah, for me, there's definitely a lot of things that I want to improve on. Again, as I'm saying, I think there was maybe even a lot more moments that, you know, I could have defended a little bit better, kept a few more clean sheets, just, you know, small little moments. And, you know, it's about taking those little extra 1% of, you know, winning those extra tackles, winning an extra 1-2 tackles per game, you know, can lead to potentially 1-2 goals for the opposition. So for me, it's yeah, something still definitely to work on. And but yeah, ultimately that was, you know, it's nice to hear that at least I've been doing, yeah, my job as a defender right. And yeah, but with the girls beside me as well, and we've a really, you know, strong defensive unit as well, and plenty of faces that can, you know, that can go in there as well, and, you know, will do the job. So, but no, it's good.
And after your 6 goals last season, you've scored another 5 this season. It's another good goal scoring season for a centre back. How does that feel?
Yeah, that's, you know, that's good as well. Obviously, I probably prefer the defensive stat, but it's still, yeah, it's still nice to have contributed again in some way. Set pieces to us again are incredibly important, especially to me in both boxes, defensively, attacking. Yeah, it's an important part of my game. So again, to kind of be able to contribute in that way. And yeah, listen, we'll again, we're just going to try, you know, I'll try beat that again, you know, next season. That'll be the plan. So for me, it's yeah, it's a nice stat, but I'm happy that Jade has ran away with it, to be honest.
And this campaign, you also hit 50 appearances for the club. How pleased were you to hit that milestone?
Yeah, I just think it's a great achievement among, you know, other great players that have been at the club for such a long time. And yeah, I just want to keep building on that, to keep getting myself on the pitch as often as possible, and yeah, playing the best football I can. And yeah, to kind of be able to get there in a couple of seasons, you know, it feels great that I was able to kind of be able to do, you know, contribute in that way. And yeah, so hopefully I just want to keep pushing on and just keep myself fit and keep going.
And we're in really good form at the moment, 6 wins in a row, and we created a bit of history in doing that. How proud does that make you and the team?
Yeah, we are. We're, you know, thrilled with that sort of, that bit of history that we've made. I think to kind of do that in any sport at any level can be really, really difficult. So for us, this, you know, it came at, you know, almost the perfect time. Obviously, we would have liked to have started it a bit earlier, but I think, you know, we've gone 8 unbeaten as well, which is huge. But as you said, 6 in a row it's not easy to do, to try to keep that sort of consistency and level to play. And so, and especially coming towards the end of a season, and, you know, you may hit some fatigue, but for us we had still so much to play for. And, you know, and even that was just kind of on a personal level for the team, because we knew there was times where we, maybe underperformed and just weren't able to show exactly what we were about. So for us to be able to finish the season like that is, gives us massive confidence. You know, and it shows that what, you know, such a good squad we have.
And we're sat in second at the moment. A win on Sunday would secure that spot. How much added motivation does that give the team heading into the final fixture?
Yeah, it's massive. It's still, you know, we're still approaching this game as we have any game, you know, all season. It's a huge importance to us to finish as high as we can, and probably in a position that we deserve. You know, and maybe at times to other people we may not have shown that, but we know in this training ground and what we do every day, that it's somewhere that we deserve to be. But again, it's about putting it out there on the pitch and giving that type of performance. And usually when we've given, you know, a top performance, the result has gone our way. So for us, it's massive motivation, but it's definitely just for ourselves to make sure that we know where we could have been, and it's about closing that gap then, you know, and that's extra determination. It has hurt that, you know, if we win Sunday, it could go down to 1 point overall in the league. But for us, then it's got to have, you know, that drive, and we've still had, you know, massive success. You know, it hasn't been a failure of a year for us. It's just been something that we've learned a lot from, will become better from. Yeah, and it'll do us good.
And Bristol City are the visitors. What can we expect from them?
Yeah, listen, they are a really, really good side, really good footballing side, keep the ball really well. Yeah, a very front-footed team. You know, solid defensively again, good on the counter, but then good at just kind of pinning teams back as well and playing in around their box. So, yeah, for me, they have been a very, very good team all season. You know, we got a great result against them away from home, but again, that kind of, for us, that was a really good game. So it showed every side of the game that we kind of had. You know, when we were able to be on the front foot attack, at times towards the end we had to, you know, defend the box. Yeah, and just that sort of fight. So for me as well, it's, yeah, they'll, you know, they may be promoted, but they're still going to be up. They don't want to, you know, they don't want to lose the last game of the season. So it's yeah, it's still going to be a massive game. I think that rivalry is still there, and yeah, you know, we want to prove to the league and stuff as well that, you know, we could have been a team well deserving of going into the WSL as well. And
of course, it's our last game in front of our supporters for the season. How important have they been, home and away, this season?
Yeah, they've been great. Obviously, it was a tough couple of years with not having the fans in, and, you know, to finally really get that consistency, and for them to be able to see Blues really, yeah, play some good football and push teams and push for, you know, push for promotion and winning the league. And I think in that way it was just great to get everyone kind of back in, and just, yeah, listen, it was how consistent they were coming. You know, we have a real kind of core group as well of some of the fans, and it's, you know, it's always great to see them home and away. Yeah, and I just think for us as well, we've seen so many new faces, and I think it's just really made a difference, and you can always just hear the difference when they're there. And it's, you know, for us, I think at home, especially when you get to walk out with, you know, first of all maybe with some of the mascots, and then after the game again, you just get to go talk to people, and that's, you know, communicate with our fans, so we get to know them and they get to know us as people. And I think that's, you know, that's been really important for this team and this club. And yeah, we want to keep pushing that forward. We know that we have more to give, and, you know, the more that we can give there in that way, we can give back to the fans, and, you know, and hopefully that will, you know, bring more and more people in, because yeah, it just makes a massive difference to us.
Thanks, Lou. Good luck for Sunday.
Thanks.